Hey friends, well today I'm joining you from the beach, but also from this amazing tree that I'm sitting on. Got a little seat here, nice little perch. There's the beach in the background, nice little walkway down here through the trees. It's just beautiful and bringing back childhood memories of climbing trees. It's one of the things I used to love doing as a kid. Sunnies and hat on again. See if maybe if I put this backwards so you can see my eyes through the sunnies. There we go. Is that better? I don't really have anywhere to put my things otherwise. Anyway, all right, there's the logistics done. I'm out on a bike ride. It's my first day to have some time to myself, and I've really been wanting to show up. And every time I think about showing up, I know that I just need to show up without any expectation on myself of what it has to be or what I'm trying to say. It's a frequency that I think I'm not even trying to. It's a frequency. It's a frequency that I'm showing up with. And the frequency I'm showing up with is that of truth. And in my own world, it's been such a long quest to get to my own truth. Which seems crazy when you say that, right? Because what else do we have other than ourselves? You know, like, okay, there's a world around us. Yes, I get that. But like, who's in that world and who's viewing that world? Who's experiencing that world? It's you, right? Always you. Always me. And so to think that it's taken me 42 years to finally uncover my truth and be okay in my truth and feel okay to express my truth. Seems quite silly, really, but it's the truth. And as I look around at humanity and at the world, I see that mirrored out in a lot of other human beings. And the truth that's on my heart at the moment really is, go humanity. Now I know you might look at me and think, what? You know, there's wars and shit going on and systems falling out and crazy people and you know, like evils and darkness and you know, all the things that are going on with, you know, Hollywood and all of that, you know. It's like, what? And you say go humanity? But yeah, go humanity. Because the way I see it, us humans have been born into a world of illusion. We've been born into families of dysfunction. Now, I'm not saying that all families are completely dysfunctional. There have been many loving families out there. But I would say most humans have been born into a family where there are patterns and traumas, behaviours, ways that it's to be done that get passed on, you know, not just by experiencing being in that family, but literally by having that DNA code within your system, in your body. And then mesh that together with the dysfunctional systems that have been created for us, whether it be the schooling systems, medical systems, the government systems, all the systems, food and industry systems. And I'm not saying there aren't beautiful people and beautiful aspects to all of these systems. I'm just saying on the whole, as the systems that we've been born into and we've been fed, this is how it is, this is what life is, this is life being a human. And then we've been trapped into dysfunctional ways and beliefs within our own minds, caged, sort of imprisoned, chained. And yet there's no chain. We each and all are free. We all have free will. So the reason I say go humanity is because despite all of this illusion, all of the pain and the trauma that comes from the dysfunction. And for all the humans that never felt safe, maybe still don't feel safe, even within their own skin. For all the issues and all the violence and all the horrors and everything, all the density and all of the belief systems we even hold about ourselves. So disconnected even from ourselves. And yet, here we are. Here we are. And I do believe we're at the precipice of a time where we can really step into our true humanity versus what's being fed to us for many thousands and thousands of years. I'm saying some bold things here, I know. And I've always shied away from, confrontation and speaking my truth at times, and, speaking my opinion when it hasn't been, in alignment with the collective opinion. But, over the course of particularly last 16 years since my son died, I sort of stepped more and more outside of that collective consciousness. I had such a vast shift in my consciousness that, I glimpsed truth. I glimpsed that there was this essence of life and of love and of beingness beyond all of the illusion and all of the heaviness and the density and what I believed this experience to be. And I found that in the midst of my own personal hell. It was the thing that I was avoiding. Like, that was it. Life is over if that happens. And there it was happening to me. And in that moment, I had a glimpse of truth, and it was beautiful. It was beauty. It was truth. I'd never had that before. And in that truth, there was that safety that I'd never felt before. Connection to something real. And so I've been on the quest, trying to uncover what that truth was, because, man, did I have some density to sift through from that point. It's been 16 years of messy, discovering, self-healing, working through old patterns and conditionings, and crying, so much crying, and facing myself, and doing the work, like consistently showing up for myself, which I never had before. Consistently meditating or detoxifying my body, or doing things that were uncomfortable, pushing myself to do the uncomfortable, to go to the uncomfortable places. But it was because of that spark of truth, and I was on the quest, and nothing else really mattered to me. Because what are we doing here? If we don't have our truth, and if it feels foggy, and which it had for me, and I didn't really understand what my place was, what my purpose was, who I was, and I'm just sort of really reiterating what's being told to me, and really speaking out, truths that I'd heard from others. It wasn't truths that had come from me, And so nothing else really mattered other than what is truth. And I'm still on that journey, I don't know if it ever ends. I think it's a continuous journey of self-discovery. I'm sure there's way more for me to learn in this, but I finally understand that my truth was always something that had to come from me. It sounds so obvious now. It may just sound obvious to you too. But I guess I ask you this: who are you? Like, really, beyond your body and your physique, your male, female, your sexuality, or what you do, your roles, or whether you're a mother or not, or a father, or what your past and was, or what you hope for the future. Beyond all of the stories and all of that, we strip that back. Who are you, really? Because all of that stuff changes. Your body's changed, your mind changes, the circumstances change. You can change where you live, change, how your body looks. But at the core, who are you? And that really is, I believe, the quest for truth. That understanding of what that is. When I really sat with that for the first time, I didn't know. I really didn't know. I had a lot of ideas about who I thought I was, and it's only been in getting quiet and meditating and accessing that which is beyond all of that that I've really gotten to know who I am. And it's not really even something I can put into words. It's a state of being, a state of truth, and it's a state of peace. It's a place you can always be okay. It's a space that can hold all of it and can wash away the illusion, so that you can really get real in your world and start making decisions from your truth. Because at the end of the day, what's the point if we're not living by our truth? Because all you have is you. That's it. You know? Sure, there's a life outside of you, where we all, we have a world outside of us, but really, who is it that's witnessing in that world? Who is it that it's experiencing that world? It's you. It's always you. It's always been you. Who was it that was in that kid body, that baby body, and who's going to be in that older body when you get older? Or the fat body, the thin body, whatever, but who was experiencing it? You. And so when I realized that core essence of truth of me really wasn't running the show in my life. It was the stories, the ideas, the worries about other people judging. It was about what other people needed me to be, what the world needed me to be, what the collective society needed, what everyone else thought. Hence why I didn't speak my truth. It doesn't help that I can also feel other people's energies really well, so I could really know when I was making people uncomfortable. And I make a lot of people uncomfortable. I get that. It's triggering. But I have to say, it's so nice to be in a place in my life now where I really don't care. Like, I really don't care. Like, it's nice to be liked by people, it's nice. But it's like what Eckhart Tolle says with the candle flame. You got a candle flame in a dark room, and you light it, poof, it lights everything up. You put a candle in an already lit room, it's pretty, it's nice, it maybe smells nice, cherry on top. And that's how it feels for me these days, I really don't care what you think of me. But I do care about you, because in coming to my truth, I realized that essence of consciousness, that energetic knowingness that I come to when I come to my truth is connected with everything. It's connected with you, with the planet, with all of it. We're all connected. We're all one. Just different expressions of it. Really enjoy my life more and more every day. Not to say that I don't have challenges, but I really do enjoy my life. But it doesn't make much sense to just be hanging around doing that when I look back and I see that so much of humanity is struggling. So much of humanity is stuck in these loops and these cycles of these stories, believing it to be them, not into their truth, not living from their truth, living from the truth that's been fed to us. So the reason I say go humanity is because in my own personal world, I look around and I see so many humans still striving to make more of themselves or of life or of others around them, and I do see the goodness in people. There are so many good people around who just want to do the right thing and want to see, the world flourish and themselves and others. And I think deep down that's what most human beings want, Just a lot of people are lost and trapped in dysfunction and illusion. But as I look around and I think, I know that illusion. I know the density of when you're in those places, and I know what it is to be unaware of myself, of others, of the world. I know what it is to not be able to relate to people well, or to hide myself off, or to lie, or to to be dishonest to myself even. I know these densities. I've been there, you know, I've been through it all, and I'm now sitting in a place where I don't do that anymore. I'm in my truth. I'm really honoring my truth, showing up truthfully, messily, but truthfully. But because I know that density, I know what it's like when you're in it. It can make you feel stuck. It can make you feel like there's no hope, like there's no way out, or confused, or just, you know, annoyed, frustrated. Like, why is everyone else getting it but I'm not? Or you know, you can, stuck. Stuck is the feeling. It can make you feel stuck. And yet, I see human after human everywhere, continuing to put one foot in front of the other, continuing to try, continue to wake up the next day. You know, maybe it was a bit of a shit show some days, but, you know, you still got up, you still, you know, put the coat on, maybe went to work, supported the kids, or whatever it is that you're doing, you know, within what it is that's going on in your world. And I honor you. I honor all of us on this very, very challenging journey that we've been on. And I know in my own world, to get to this place where I feel like I can sit in my truth, and I feel like I know what's true now and what's not true, where I can really feel comfortable in my own skin and happy, feel like I can breathe in the life of presence. Well, it was a shit show journey to get there. It's been hard, like really hard, and it's taken full dedication. It's taken everything. You know, it's like all my attention has gone to that. It's been my driving force, and I just know that so many people don't even know that there is a way out. And yet I see them still trying, still, you know, giving to others, whether it be their kids or those in the community. You know, doing kind things. I see that. I see that in humanity. And so whilst I know the darkness exists, and I know there are dickheads out there, and I know all of that is there too, I'm focusing my attention on the good that I see. And I see so much good in humanity. But we've just been misled. And so many people have just lost their way. And that's okay. Because you can find your way back. You can find your way back to truth. But the only person who can do it is you. I can sit here and tell you about my experience, but that's my experience. You're having your experience. And I ask you, my friend, how is your experience going? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Really? And if you're going great, then great. I honor you. And I just hope you can go and spread some of that greatness wherever you go. And enjoy your time. Because that frequency of joy and of presence and of love, it does things to this planet. You know, I know a lot of people may say, well, you know, isn't that just selfish if I just focus on myself? It's actually the most loving thing you can do. Because it's the only way we can help this planet. It's the only way that we can finally step out of these systems that don't work for us. It's the only way that we can ever truly make a change on this planet and live in our truth as the way that we are designed to as human beings. To be here, present, loving life, and flow with nature. Because when we're in our truth, we won't stand for those things anymore. We won't stand for being misled and being lied to. We'll love ourselves too much. I see all the dysfunction of the world just mirroring what's going on within us. I do believe that the dysfunctional ego and the ways that the human has been for thousands and thousands of years is also crumbling within us. And it's confusing and messy and noisy. It really is. And so if people don't start to get a hold of what's really going on inside of them and get back to their truth, it's going to be a really messy ride and really uncomfortable and confusing. Because we're never going to be able to find truth out there in the world. It doesn't come from out there. It how can it come from out there? It's you that's experiencing this world. It's you in there that's here listening to this now. Truth can only come from within you. You are the only truth there is. There is no truth outside of you. No one else is having your experience. So if in my question, how are you, you answered, or you felt, there's a little bit of discomfort there, or you're not so good, then I'm really, really inviting you to step in to truth. What that looks like for you, well, I don't know, I'm not you. But it's definitely worth starting a relationship with yourself and starting to check in with yourself and get real with yourself. And yeah, it may bring up some emotions, it may bring up some things, but the things it brings up are inside of you. So you either carry them around with you till the day you die and carry them as that heavy burden of pain and, somatic trauma or even subconscious beliefs that are completely bogus, that are not true. Or you can face them. You feel a little uncomfortable for a little moment, maybe relive something that wasn't the best and have to sit with it. You can do that. Have you ever sat with a friend or a child that was upset and just comforted them? How often do you do that for yourself? Like truly, from a place of love, unconditional love for yourself. Chances are not often, if you're anything like I used to be. And it's not your fault. We weren't trained to do that. We were trained to look to the outside. We've been conditioned that way. Everything's been inverted on this planet. But your feelings will guide you. Those feelings of discomfort, or even the feelings of joy and love. I just want you to know that I will be checking in to see how you're going. And I encourage you to check in with yourself and just see how you're going. And I encourage you to get quiet and still and meditate. And the amount of people who say, I can't meditate, I don't know how to sit with myself, you're just sitting and you're just being and you're just breathing. And yes, it does take a little bit of practice, like anything, especially when we're so used to being on the go all the time, go, go, go. But I promise, like with anything with practice, you continue that practice, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, just sitting, breathing, just feel into your body, feel any aches and pains, just maybe notice your thoughts, start to just really notice and see what the thoughts are, even just listening to the thoughts, if that's all you can do at the start, and then coming back to your breath, feeling the breath within you, but just stopping and being with yourself and doing that regularly. I cannot tell you how much that can change your life. It's free. It's a really lovely thing to do for yourself. Like, it doesn't take much effort. You're just gonna sit and close your eyes and be with yourself for 10 minutes. And it's healing and it works. It really works. And the more you do it, the more you start to connect with your truth. And your truth, which extends to all of it, to the whole cosmos, to the entire world, which is why I say that when you focus on you and your truth and your healing, it's the most loving thing you can do. It is, because it affects the outside world. That's why it's such a shit show out there, because it's been such a shit show in here. So this is a matter of doing it for the collective, and you will get to have a beautiful life as a result, and be happy and have wonderful moments and not carry around those heavy burdens, and be able just to enjoy the presence and the flow. You also notice that things around you in your world change too and shift too. That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful we are. I don't think we even really have begun to realize our power, and how much of an effect we have and our frequency it has. But it comes from our state of being, not from what we're doing, what we're thinking. So maybe just ask yourself, how do you like to feel? How do you like to be? Who do mean, you know, thinking about what you want to do in the future, or what. I'm really thinking about your life right now and your daily life as it is. Who do you want to show up and be in those moments? Because that is life. Life is those moments. But it's who you're being in those moments that makes all the difference. So I ask you, my friends, who do you want to be? Hopefully, you. Thanks for being here with me today. It's such an honour to be here at this time on this planet with you, you amazing humans. We really are incredible beings. It's not been an easy journey for us, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for our future, but it is going to take coming back into our truth. Mwah. Would you just look at that beauty of this place? Blue colours dancing in the ocean. There were dolphins jumping earlier. Black dense cloud hanging above, threatening to rain on us. It did earlier. I got soaked. Just look at this. Heaven. Leaves dancing, the light sparkling in different directions. This is where the magic's at, man. Mother Earth. She has some secrets to show us, that's for sure. For those with the eyes to see.